Slaughter to serve again for Portland State. Receiving is Longo. They go to Long, and the double block was formed on the other side and closed it down. It's now 6-2, Portland State. Timeout has been called by Hawaii, and Hawaii is yet to report for duty in the second set. We're in the second set. Let's take a look at the Mid-Pac Petroleum leaderboard. Hawaii career service aces: Kim Willoughby, Martina Cincerova, Lisa Strand. She's here in the building tonight.
Our own Lisa Strand.
Angelica Ljungqvist and Anneli Kubi Otonero. Great names, great players. That time, Olivao up against the double block, took the inside blocker and got the ball by her.
Hawaii hitting negative 400 to start this second set. Not a good way to start the set. Meantime, Portland State hitting 333.
Longo serving. That ball hit over, saved by Longo. Clark. And there again is Mitchell.
Aubrey Mitchell's just got that nice little left-handed loosey-goosey swing. 5 kills so far.
7 serving 3. Patton will serve. Adolfo, Hartung. Olivao blocked back, saves it from going out. Adolfo gets it over, advantage now Portland State. And they hit into the block. And this time Hawaii was up. And they handled Mitchell.
Not a very pretty point for Hawaii. They sort of backed into that one.
But they'll take it. Mendoza to serve. 4 serving 6. Slaughter outside. That ball is a hit over. Hawaii gets it back. Olivao down the middle. Ooh, down the middle with an out ball that time was Patton. But Hartung reached out and made contact. Point for Portland State.
Kaylee Patton as effective in the back row as she is in the front row.
Serving O'Brien. Near the net as an overpass that time. Overpass by Mendoza.
Hawaii playing some loose points. Dave Shoji not happy. He wanted to see his team play much sharper this weekend. He didn't like the way they served. Thought they were a little sloppy.
O'Brien again. Uyato, step out. And that works again.
That looked tight and precise. Everything smooth. Dave Shoji would like to see every play like that.
So Adolfo will be credited with that. The Molokai slide. It's up in the patent office now, being examined. They're vetting it. Olivao serves. Outside to Corrado. Again! Same play, same result. Adolfo, slide and glide, and wham, a point.
This is one of those times where Uyato's just feeling Adolfo. Just feels like she's got the hot hand right now. And so she'll feed her, I think, until her right arm falls off. We'll see.
Olivao serving. Slaughter gives it on a back set to Mitchell. And Mitchell takes care of the point. It's now 10-6. And Portland has got to double figures. Into the game again is Shelby Miyashiro, and she will serve.
Mitchell putting up some good numbers. 6 kills, hitting .714.
That's out. And Miyashiro, point for Hawaii. Hawaii closes the deficit to 3. Valerie Hughes getting ready to come in for Miyashiro. So Hughes comes in.
I love Miyashiro's line drive serve, but she just hasn't quite gotten used to this building yet, some of the air currents.
Serving for Hawaii will be Kayla Kawamura. Long.
Even Kawamura hasn't gotten used to the air currents.
Longo comes back into the back row for Hawaii. Forster up front. Serving is Corrado. Hartung into the corner.
Portland State's defense was all lined up. Their block was perfectly formed. The back row was in all the spots where Emily normally hits the ball. And all of a sudden, Emily hits area 5, which is the hot little spot in the corner, like hitting the third base corner. Just nails it.
8 serving 11. Patton dug up by Longo. Good push over by Hartung. Down the middle comes Corrado. She hits it out. Point Hawaii. So a timeout has been called. We'll be back. Let's go inside the numbers presented by Burger King. 14 sellouts for the Rainbow Wahine Volleyball team, and the atmosphere and the ambiance in the Stan Sheriff Center. Hawaii trailing by 2 in the second set. They lead in this match 1-0. Serving is Uiato. Ball is hit over Uiato with the save. Longo. Ball is hit over by Olivao, and that was a miss hit that time by Hatia.
Nice set by Longo to Manu Olivao. Manu Olivao now has more kills than errors. She was hitting 0 before that attack.
Ball hit over by Patton, dug up by Olivao. Big boy. Winding up for that was Emily Hartung. She hit it just too long. Went out the side door. 12-10. Portland State holding on against Hawaii here in the second set, and serving will be Clark. Received by Hartung. Uiato back to Hartung. Double block is up, but they weren't there in time, and that ball got to the floor in front of Clark. So it's 12-11. Hawaii has carved into this lead, and they trail now by only 1. Hartung to serve. Ball put over by Schlatter, and that is a point for Hawaii.
Mitch Slaughter's claiming that the ball net, not her arm. She's a 3-time All-Big Sky player. The only Portland State player to ever do that in the history of the school. She is by far and away, their coach tells me, the best setter in the conference.
Hartung serves. Back up by Corrado. Schlatter goes cross court. That's dug up by Hartung. Only foul. Too long. That was close.
Taimana Olivao trying to avoid that big Portland State block. And she just goes too wide.
Serving will be Schlatter. Back up by Olivao. Chased down by Uiato. Hit over from the back row by Emily Hartung. And that got by Clark in the back row.
What great vision and court sense by Emily Hartung. She just had a one-step takeoff, but while she was up in the air, or just before she went up in the air, she saw the open spots on the other side of the court.
So Hawaii has come back to tie. Longo serving. Ball is just pushed over by Patton. Hawaii with an advantage here. That ball is hit over again by Hartung. Hartung almost knocks over Corrado in the back row. And Hawaii has the lead, 14-13.
Once again, Hawaii is doing it on the broad shoulders of Emily Hartung. Hartung with 9 kills right now, and then Adolfo's got 6. After that, Manu Olivao has 5 kills, but she's got 5 errors to go along with it. Pretty much it's the Hartung-Adolfo show right now.
Longo serving. Chased down by Clark. There's Longo again. Uiato, and just powering the ball over that time. Adolfo.
not Adolfo's favorite set to hit in front of the center because she loves running behind in that Molokai slide. But if she has to hit that one in front, she's okay. She'll get it down once in a while like that. 7th kill, no errors.
Longo serving again. That's an ace. Up ball went off Corrado. Timeout, Portland State. Hawaii has maneuvered into the lead. They lead by 2, but much is left to be decided here in the second set. Let's check out how it works, presented by Central Pacific Bank.
We're going to focus on Kalei Adolfo right here. And she's going to run her Molokai slide. First, she's going to block and watch her step out, and she's going to hold the middle blocker right there for Portland State. And then she's going to go out to the outside, and pretty soon she's only got one blocker to go up and attack against. And that's how it works if you want to run the Molokai slide and hit only against one blocker. Nice going, Kalei Adolfo. Thanks for showing us how it works.
Let's go to Ryan.
Guys, well, you know, we'd like to talk to a few players always here at OC Sports who are in the stands, but we're taking it a little bit further tonight. We're talking to former Warrior football player Kenny Patton, whose sister plays on the team. This may be the first time you're not cheering for your alma mater, but how cool is it to see your sister playing out there?
It's amazing. I'm so proud of her. She's worked so hard.
And what have you been up to for some of your fans, or some of the fans that maybe remember you from the football field? What have you been up to?
I'm a teacher at Radford High School, and I'm also a sports performance trainer.
One other thing that happened is you married former Wahine basketball player Shannon Nishi Patton. Shannon, I want to talk to you quickly. What is it like for you to be back here in the arena and be back here on campus?
It's nice. It's nice to be here for Kaylee. She's doing amazing tonight.
And just quickly, you know, the success the basketball team had this past year, the Wahine basketball team. As a former player, what is it like to see the team doing so well?
It's awesome. You always want them to do well, so when they do, it's nice.
Well, thank you, Shannon and Kenny here in the stands. It's kind of like the where are they now of the Warriors and the Wahine. Back to you guys.
Yeah, 2 great players. 2 great players. It's a small world, is it not? 16 serving 13. Longo serves again, dug up by Clark. That ball hit over by Patton, but just a little bit too long.
One of the things that Kenny Patton's been able to do is, because she's on the shorter side, about 5'8", but she really jumps high. But even with her high jump, she's still got to go for the high hands. That time, she just goes too high and over the block and out.
Tara Olden, number 11, has come into the game. She is 6'1" and one of the seniors and one of the leaders on this team. The ball is blocked but out. So give Patton the point there. And it's 17-14, Hawaii leading. Jacqueline Wheeler comes into the front row, along with Olden and along with Corrado for Portland State. Patton will serve for Portland State. Back up by Olibau, Uiato. That ball is hit over by Long. Good diving dig in the back row that time by Emily Hartong. There's Olibau. That's off the block. Waiting is Clark. Clark goes outside, sets up Mitchell.
All right, I love the set put up by the libero of the year last year. Right there, Cassie Clark just puts up a money set for Mitchell.